Hello and welcome to this lesson on how to install Docker. If you have never used Docker before, don't worry. You are going to learn a little bit about Docker here. And later on, I'm going to do another lesson on how Docker is used. Take note that Docker is only available for certain distros of Linux. So in this case, I'm going to use Centos. So you're going to have a page like this on your screen. So you go to your browser, you type Docker for Centos, and you click on this first link. So you should have this page, install Docker engine on Centos. So for this is very important because we are going to be looking at the documentation. Something very important, and please take your time to read, to go through this page. Alright, so install using RPM repository. So remember I said I'm using CentOS. So, but all this command here that we're going to be using to install Docker, I've already copied everything in my GitHub repository, which I have right here. So I'm going to post the link to this repository at the end of this video. So we have all the commands to install Docker in my GitHub repository. So the first thing that we're going to do is update the system using sudo yum update-y. So all we're going to be doing is just going to be copying and paste. That is all we're going to do. Okay, that's the password for that user. The system update is complete using yum update-y. The next command we are going to run is sudo yum install utils. The utils is going to provide utilities for managing repositories and packages. So we're just going to copy and paste everything. I've made it so easy. Alright, good. The next thing that we have is to copy and paste the Docker repository. So which is going to add the official repository, the Docker official repository, to the system's package manager configuration. So this is it right here. Copy the entire command, paste. So that is completed. So the next thing now is for us to install Docker. So this command right here is going to install Docker and also install Docker packages, including core components and additional tools for Docker. So just copy and paste. So that is going to take a while. It's loading. While it's loading, please remember that these steps are for CentOS only. If you are using another distribution, please read the Debian or Fedora or Ubuntu or whichever one you are using. Use the documentation. Okay, the next thing to do now is to click yes. Hit yes again. Why? The yes. As you can see, Docker installation is complete. The next command we are going to run now is sudo systemctl start Docker. And what do we use this for? Very simple. It's just to start the Docker service. So copy and paste. And then the next command we are going to run sudo systemctl enable Docker. So enable Docker, we are going to enable Docker service. It means that whenever our machine reboots, the Docker service is going to start with our system. Alright, so let's run that command as well. Very good. So the next command we are going to run now is the status of the Docker service to ensure it starts without any errors. So let's run this command. Copy and paste. We have our Docker active and running. So the next command now will do a docker ps. So docker ps, so if you want to test your installation or list the current running docker containers, you do a docker ps. Docker ps. You see right here, we have a permission denied error. Okay, so why do we have this permission denied error? Here is how to fix it. This is really simple. We are going to do a sudo usermod dash small letter a and capital letter G docker Jenkins. So which means in Linux, right, usermod is a Linux command that allows us to modify an existing user. As you can see on my screen here, I have a user called Jenkins. So what we are doing is that we are telling Linux that, hey Linux, please add user Jenkins to the group called Docker. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're just going to copy this command right here and paste. Jenkins. Alright, so once we finish doing this, we need to log out of the system and log back in so our change can take effect. So that is what we have to do. So remember, we have to do that, very important. So just do log out. I logged out and now I'm back. So now we can run the docker ps command again. Docker ps. Alright, there you go. You see, we have our docker up and running. So it's pretty cool. That is what we just need to do. So now to also, check the user that we added to the group docker, we do id Jenkins. id Jenkins 981 docker. So what is this command doing? The command id Jenkins is used to retrieve information about a user. So in this case now, the username Jenkins is on our Linux system. So the id command, it provides details such as the user id, the group id, and other groups to which the user belongs to. That's it for this lesson.